A life update. I'm in the British Tabloids. I'm working, well, I'm not going to say much about it. I just wanted to mention that, like, as an experience, I'm falling off my own chair. As an experience, like, as a life experience, this is my first of foray into the tabloids, and I've found them to be quite nice about the alien story. I don't know, like, is it because they like aliens? The story was about aliens, me dating my alien boyfriend. You can, like, that's, like, on my Instagram. So it was, like, under, like, weird stories and stuff, but they were quite respectful about it, and it was quite a pleasant experience. But it isn't all wine and roses, because, by the way, it's the front page. I'm on the front page. But when you, like, go into, like, the landing page for the newspaper, then you, like, go into comments, and that one got, like, quite a few comments, like, very quickly. My article, and, like, immediately people started, like, dissing like, my looks, and it's clearly because the article is about me dating an alien, so it's like in the context of, like, heterosexual dating. So I think a lot of men got triggered by that, and, like, immediately there's, like, so many mean comments about my looks. And someone commented, and this is something that triggered me, and it's not triggering me in a bad way, because I knew people would say those things, and I did, like, wear clothes that made me look a certain way. But but, like, we all have, like, our weakness, and the thing that makes us, like, triggered, and the thing that makes me triggered is my weight, and the fact that I have a belly, because I have a medical condition that gives me, like, uncontrollable bloating. It's not, like, always there, but it's always, like, low-key there, and sometimes it's, like, I just have this, like, round belly. It's an autoimmune thing. I can't help it. Often it gets, like, much worse. Sometimes it's more controllable. Anyway, and I wore this, like, really, like, big dress, and one frustrated guy was like, "Oh, I bet he planted the seed in her, because she looks like she's got a bun in the oven." What a piece of... Like, I'm not sure that some ugly guy who's, like, reading the tabloids on a Saturday night, like, is saying this, but I'm triggered by the fact that that's, like, what people latch onto. And this is not the first time that someone has told me, like, straight up that I look pregnant. And it's, like, obviously it's about the angles, the clothes, like, you know, like, I wasn't in control of the edit and stuff like that. And I'm wearing, like, this, like, really, like, big, like, dress that could be construed as a maternity dress, but this is just, like, this is my body, and I've struggled with this my whole life. People have told me that I look pregnant my whole life. People ask me that, like, a lot, and I don't think I particularly do most of the time. It's just, I think part of it is that we're, like, so used to, I mean, because it's not just, like, my autoimmune condition. Like, when I'm not bloated, I have a belly. Like, it's just, like, the only time I always have a belly, even when I was underweight and, like, very sick, I still had a belly. It's just, like, people didn't care, because when you're, like, sickly, anorexically thin, people love it and they compliment you. But when you're at a healthy weight, they diss you. And, like, that happens to me all the time. People are so rude to me about, like, the way my body looks. And that's how it was in school when I was a kid. That's how it was growing up, like, my entire life. And that's what gave me an eating disorder. And I will struggle with that eating disorder for the rest of my life, and the body dysmorphia, and the constant self-hatred, and wanting to not exist because you're so ugly. Particularly in the entertainment industry, I kind of, like, regulated quite well, because I don't know, it's kind of complicated, you know, especially if you're a woman. It's possible to be, like, both hideous and desirable at the same time, and I think maybe a lot of people will relate to that, people who struggle with body issues. But, like, these dumbass people who just, like, say things about you, and I don't blame that guy, because, like, obviously the article is triggering to men, and he got triggered, and he said, like, the only thing he knew to say. But still, it's, like, always, like, it's, like, women owe this to people to like judge you whether you're pregnant or not. Like that's some kind of a state that like other people can like decide whether you're in or out, and what a female body should look like. And like when it like misbehaves, like, you know, then it's like wrong or bad or whatever. A lot of women have bellies. That's just how they're built. That's how I'm built. I don't have an hourglass figure. I'm more of like up and down, straight all the way. I don't know, like what do you call it, but I don't have a big ass. I'm like, this is like Hungarian, Eastern European, slightly French heritage. Like, I don't, like, that's just what I look like. This is like my lineage. I can't change it. I can't not have, like, no matter how much, like, the amount of exercise, nothing matters. Even if, like, I had, like, all muscles, I would still have the bloat in my belly. And this is where, unfortunately, also all of my fat gets stored. This is like, it's like a family thing. I don't know. Like, and it's like, it's unfortunate that like a lot of women look like that, but the media and, you know, like everything we see all the time, like perpetuates this like idea that like a normal woman doesn't have a belly. You're allowed. So now we have like, you know, things changed. Like when I was a kid, like I wanted to die because I wasn't stick thin like Kate Moss. Now you have to be a Kardashian, but it's all like completely unrealistic and dehumanizing. And no woman who naturally has like boobs and like a bit of like an ass or whatever, like she's not, like most people don't have like this kind of figure, you know, like they're not going to have a tiny waist. That's not naturally, like that doesn't occur in nature. So if you want like the boobs, you have to like, you get the belly too. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. And I feel like a lot of women don't even like, I mean, I really struggle like with that, with like showing that and with being kind of upfront about it. And like, I know a lot of women, not just in the entertainment industry, but just like women in general, like hide themselves or hide their body because of their belly. And I know for a fact that I will probably miss out on countless opportunities as an actor because I have the wrong, even if I have the right look and everything is right, because I have a belly and it's something I can't control, that is something I'll miss out on. It's like the only way to deal with that is to like wear a waist trainer and like hide that from people and kill yourself doing it. That, or get surgery. Like there's just like, it's an unsurmountable thing that I just cannot help. And it shouldn't be like that because there's this constant talk right now about like real people, real women, whatever. But like, it's all within like the bounds of like someone's a particular kind of way of looking at aesthetics. So it's okay to be thick, but it's not okay to have a belly as a woman. And that is just like so bad and so unhealthy and so bad for like women and girls to have to deal with. Not just women and girls, but mainly that's like the target audience for this kind of oppression. And that really triggers me. The belly thing triggers me so much. It's like, you know, it's like the worst thing you could say to a woman is like, are you pregnant when she's not? And I gave up on a lot of things in my life when I was younger, because I was like, people were so mean to me about my looks my entire life and my body. I kind of gave up on acting, partly because the level of self-hatred and perceived hideousness stopped me from doing that. I thought like no one would want to look at me, that it was like horrible. And people still say that, you know, and I still kind of believe it. Like I struggle with it every day, you know. Why don't I have more followers? Why don't I have more of an audience? Like why? Oh, it's because I'm not attractive enough and people just don't care. And it's like a constant struggle. And I'm not even making this video to be like, oh, you know, next time think about what you're saying. I don't really care about these people who say those things to me, because they're just like, they're voicing the narrative that's out there in society. It has nothing to do with these individual people. And like going around like finger wagging, telling people to like change your attitude isn't going to change the problem, which is that women's bodies, like, no matter how many times we say, yeah, we changed, now it's okay to be thick, now it's like body positivity, it is not true. it is okay to be a certain kind of thick. It's okay to be a certain kind of body positive. It's okay to have a certain type of eating disorder. But if you don't fall into these categories, then you're still not accepted and you're still not going to be part of the mainstream. And that's not how it should be. Like, if we're writing stories by women for women, then it should be also by women for women with bellies. And I've been toying with this idea for a while, but I've decided to do it now because of this idiot. So thank you, idiot, for the inspiration. I want to take up belly dancing and make my big belly my most important branding point and feature. And I dare casting directors to cast more people with bellies in just like normal parts where like it shouldn't matter. It just shouldn't matter because you see it every day in life. And it's not like people with bellies are less attractive because, and I don't know, maybe I'm delusional, but I don't find that my attractiveness is particularly low, like in terms of the dating market or whatever. But at the same time, people, they see these things in you and they probably like know that it's a problem for you. So they say the thing that's going to hurt you. But I still know that I'm attractive to people because I experience that every single day. And it's like this, like, it's a horrible double bind. It's like this split personality thing, like about like, you're attractive. But at the same time, you're like monstrously hideous. I think a lot of people struggle with that. And I think a lot of people, I really think we need better role models and better ways of approaching diversity than just like, falling into tokenism or doing like the bare minimum. And this goes for all movements too, body positivity particularly, which has become such a cesspit of mutual hate and people. Anyway, that's another story. You might not even be interested in body positivity, but yeah. That just triggered me so much. That man, like, how dare he? And also, yeah, if I was pregnant with anyone, it would only be with an alien. Obviously not with, like, one of these Earth men. Obviously. And that guy is literally the reason why a story about dating aliens makes sense. Right? Like, that is the reason. I want to start this trend. I want to be that person. I'm going to be that person who's a successful woman actor who has a belly. Cast me, casting directors. If we're doing diversity, cast me. There you go. Not that casting directors are watching it, but like, if you are, this is not like, I'm not trying to reproach anyone, but like, yeah, cast me, then cast me. Cast the belly woman. The woman with the belly, like, oh God, a woman has a belly and she's not performing some made up sociological function that is like meant to be her destiny, which is childbearing. Wow. Cast me. Okay, that's all I gotta say about big bellies. Big bellies rock, okay? Like, big bellies are amazing. F all of you people who don't know any better. You're clearly amateurs. You've not seen the world. You've not seen anything. And I would literally, as the article says, I would literally not only prefer, but pursue a million different alien relationships before I dated someone like that.